Yes, just grabbing this. So welcome everyone, thank you so much for the introduction. My name is Wiebke Müller, I'm an Innovation Lifecycle Officer at EIT Urban Mobility. EIT stands for European Institute of Technology Innovation. And I'm based in Copenhagen in Denmark at the Nordic office of EIT Urban Mobility. And we're covering the Nordics and the Baltics, that's why I'm here today. And I'm happy to talk a bit more about innovation funding and EU grants we are working with. So going to the next slide, our innovation projects in general all have the objective to bring innovations to the market. So in comparison, I don't know how many of you already worked with Horizon Europe projects, which focus very much on research and are on a very early TRL, technology readiness level. We are focusing instead on a high TRL level, so focusing on 7+. Already started with like a test in a certain environment, pre-commercial status, and is basically, needs some final testing, some final product development, and then is ready to enter the market. So as part of our projects, there's always a project like the product development, product, service, or solution from a private entity, which is tested in a certain living lab. Partly they are pan-European, partly they are just in one environment, but basically we are focusing on the commercial uptake and are supporting as much as possible to boost Europe's economy. Funding mechanism in general, there are two different categories. You can see one is really focusing on multidisciplinary consortium projects. So there's always the requirement to be pan-European, to have different kind of entities in the project, one commercial partner and 2 different cities. So these, normally take longer, up to a year, have higher funding, up to €500,000. And then the other one is more mono-beneficiary calls, very much directing or targeting just a single entity who gets the amount of EU grant to further develop their product or solution. But I will deep dive into all 4 examples here just to give you an understanding how this would look like in detail. Don't be scared about the text. I will explain this as much as possible. So SME market expansion call, as the name is saying, is focusing startups and SMEs who want to expand to a new geography or a new sector or develop a completely new product. So we are providing €60,000, €59,500, so just a lump sum. And this SME market expansion call is open around twice a year. And right now you can see the topics we are focusing on. They are getting redefined based on market need, new technologies emerging, what's discussed on an EU level. So they are being reshaped and re-evaluated for each call individually. Public transportation, urban logistics, very much relevant for this audience. Electrification of transport and alternative fuels, mobility data management. So a lot of different topics connected to urban mobility, but as you can see, it's very much the urban aspect of mobility. Like there's, to some degree, some like more long-haul transportation involved as well, but it always needs a touch to cities. So type of applicants, mono-beneficiary call for SMEs established in a member state of the European Union and Horizon Europe associated countries. That's important to say. And these SMEs need a letter of support from an end client to basically validate that there's the need in the market to further innovate the product or the service. And the end client can be public, can be private, can be a city or industry player, so it's very flexible. This just needs to be supported. Projects are lasting 7 months, so quite quick, quite agile. One KPI of a market innovation, this is basically addressing that the product needs to enter the market, there needs to be a sale being done, which is the overall goal and framework of the EIT Mobility. Then Raptor, another quite agile and nice, fast innovation program. So this is targeting both cities and SMEs at the same time. First, we're discussing with different cities around Europe, what are the niche urban mobility challenges, what are the hot topics which are maybe not completely solved yet, they need some help, maybe input from startups. So we are discussing with these cities, evaluating which challenge matches the best. And then we launch a startup competition. So we are investing at the same time next to our innovation grant at startups as well. So we have a quite big startup network. Right now we are in the process to identify which Raptor cities are we working with in 2025. And this call for proposals will be open in the beginning of December, will be open for 2 months for startups and SMEs to apply. So it's again a mono-beneficiary call addressed at all startups registered in the EU or Horizon Europe associated countries. This project is a little bit shorter. It only lasts 5 months, but otherwise it's like TRL is the same, KPI is the same, and a very nice program in my opinion. Main Innovation Call is one of our bigger innovation funding we're handing out. It's recurring, open every spring for 2 months, so that consortia can apply and be informed. So this is not a mono-beneficiary call for startups, but for a consortium which applies together, which consists of one commercial partner, which wants to test their product, service or solution in 2 different European cities, which is the requirement. So there needs to be at least minimum 2 different member states of the EU involved. And the project is running up to 12 months, so a whole year, which sometimes it's not, in other contexts, not that long, but it's long enough to develop a product further and basically verify it and then scale it up so that it can enter the market. Technology readiness level 7+, and mandatory KPIs are here again the market innovation, as well as 2 demonstrations in the 2 different city contexts. And the last one of my examples is the targeted open call. This is a quite new program we established, which is more or less in the context of the main innovation call, but focuses very much on new trends, new policies emerging, and is a quite quick tool to launch call for proposals. For example, new policies established on the EU level where we feel, okay, there's the need to launch a call for proposals, to push for startups to apply or for industry players. And another big topic why we have targeted calls, for example, is the technological independence to boost Europe's economy and innovation in general in the EU economy. Type of applicants is the same as for the main innovation call, 1 commercial partner, minimum 1 demonstration host, can be 2, can be more, depends very much on the framework of the call of the project which is identified. Funding here is between 250,000 and 350,000 euros. It's just important to say that there's 33% co-funding involved as well. It depends a little bit on the different country where the applicant come from. We work with a risk innovation scheme, so if the country is identified to be below the average European Innovation Score Index, there is a lower co-funding amount of 20%. This is just a short overview where we are mid-October. Right now the SME market expansion call is open. We have some flyers as well at our booth in the main hall if you want to hear more about the SME market expansion call. Raptor will open soon, as I said, and then next spring the main innovation call will open again. But during the whole year we're very happy to discuss any kind of project ideas, to see if it's a fit for our call framework, if it's a fit to apply and evaluate that together. And I think that was it for me. I see my time is out as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to connect with me, come by our booth, and thanks a lot for your attention.